Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. I am back to talk about some more Disney stuff. And boy, this one is it's a pretty salty thing for the Disney company to do. I mean, we've seen some pretty salty things coming from this company. We've seen them underpay their staff, overcharge their workers. We've seen, them, take away, things, that people grew up with the company and liked, that they, and all that, and kind of, shitting on, Walt Disney's legacy. We've seen a lot of horrible things. But this one is really bad. So apparently, people have gone to, people go to Walt Disney World, and all that, and Disneyland, because it's supposed to be known for being the happiest place on earth, and all that, and which is, I'm gonna say it's probably not even close, to that anymore. Let's be honest, it's really, not. I think Universal has actually taken that spot. But people still like to go to the park sometimes just to have fun, even if it's costing a bunch of money, which I wouldn't go because it costs a lot of money. But what ended up happening, I'm actually going to take a break from that just for a second. And, I know I've already got into the video, but if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I really would appreciate that. And all that. Yeah, I should have probably said that right off the bat, but, sorry about the interruption, but, I like having people follow me on, different accounts and all that, just in case, something happens and all that, I have another account I'm on. So, yeah. But anywho, now that I said that, let's go ahead and just continue on what I was saying. So I've talked about, like I said, I talked about how they've had a lot of problems and all that, and how people do still go to the parks and all that, and they're not as packed anymore as they used to be. And, one of the reasons is because they're expensive and all that. They're very expensive. Another reason, is they also have a lot of problems where, there's a lot of problems where, the rides are breaking down and all that, and, they're not fixing them and all that, and it's just basically a mess and all that. But what happened here recently, this is something that this pisses me off so bad, and I feel bad for the family. So these parents wanted to take their 7-year-old kid to Disney World, They wanted to take their own kid to Disney World and all that. And I'm assuming they already paid for their passes and all that. I'm not sure. I don't think there's no longer fast passes. I think it's now Genie Plus and all that, Which is another reason why people, really hate Disney World and all that, because of that shit. Because it makes everything more complicated. But I think you still could get passes and all that to the parks, is what I found out. I don't know if they already paid for them, but I'm going to assume they did. So they were going to take their kid, to Disney World. Apparently, the parents are not allowed to do that because because their son's name is Loki Skywalker. I forgot his last name. But basically, it has the name Skywalker in the middle name. And basically, because Disney owns Star Wars and all that, they don't want, people saying the names and all. Well, they own the property and all that, and they get very controlling with that stuff, Which I'm just like, it's fucking stupid. It is sad and stupid, and I don't even know how many other words to describe how fucking horrible this is. And you want to know exactly why Disney, why people are are leaving your company and not wanting to spend money on you because you fucking threaten you threaten your customers and your employees all the damn time. This is what I mean by, like I was talking about before, about the course correction and all that, and all that. And I think I was actually going to make a video on talking about, about that, about how their movies have been doing very well this year and all that, and because some people think they're going to course correct and all that, but once they pull this shit and all that, I'm like, yeah, they're not course correcting. They're definitely not. I didn't think they were, and they definitely are. And they're basically just. It's just basically that's what they do. That's what Disney does. They have way too much power and all that, and people I think are starting to try to take away the power, from Disney. They've already been doing it with Google. They've already been trying to take away the power from Google. And all that, but Disney's got too much power and all that. And although they don't own I don't think they own like half the movie market, but they still own a big part of Hollywood. They have way too much power over shit. Because apparently even the fucking government was getting involved in that, and that's fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. I heard the parents. At least they did get away with it. They still got to go to the park and all that. But honestly, at that point, I'd be like, just tell Disney to fuck off. I'm not kidding. I would tell them to fuck off. I mean, I guess they probably have already spent the money, for the passes, like I said at the beginning of the video. But you still have to pay a lot of money to actually get into the parks and all that. So I would just tell them to fuck off. I mean, if they're gonna threaten my kid like that, I'd be like, fuck off. I know that's not the greatest thing to say to somebody, but if they're gonna fucking threaten you like that, hell yeah, I would threaten. I mean, I would tell them to piss off. Because there is no reason they need to be doing this to people. There's no reason they need to be doing this. And they've been doing this for a long time. I mean, I heard in the 90s they wouldn't they made a school get rid of the paintings on the wall and all that because and all that, because it was apparently, I guess, wrong or something. And I mean, I get like, there are people out there that can make money off of this stuff, but some people just want it for decoration, and all that, and I'm just like, it's just fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but telling the school to remove, the paintings and all that, and all the artwork on the walls, and then also they did the same thing with the kid when he died and all that. His parents wanted to put Spider-Man on his tombstone, and then then now they're doing this. They've been doing this shit forever and all, and it's only getting worse. And that's exactly why people don't want to go to your parks. That's why people don't want to fucking spend money on you guys anyway, because you guys do this shit. Because that's the thing, though. They have all this money and all that, and people realize that they don't have money, then, they're not gonna make it. Because that's what's giving them the power. And if you take away the money, you take away their power, that's what people want to do. The problem is they still control a lot of shit, and it's not a good thing. It's not. They're basically like the Empire from Star Wars is what they are, I've talked about how, Bob Iger is, basically he's like Palpatine and all that. He was hiding in the shadows, acting like he was a good guy and all that, and then revealed himself and all that, and, now people are waking up and realizing he's a bad guy. And I look at, a lot of the workers and all that. A lot of them are just, I'm not saying all of them. There are people that are good workers at the company, But a lot of them are also, very bad and all that. And are basically have too much power over things and all that. It's just a fucking powerhouse mess is what it is. And it's not a good thing. And all that. And like I said, threatening, somebody and all that, and forcing them to change their last name and all that. That's just bullshit. Like, I don't know exactly how they settled this. I don't know if the parents were, like, gonna change the kid's name, but I'm like, you shouldn't have to change the kid's name, you know? I'm like I have plenty of, like, I mean, in the past, I've had pets. What, that were named after characters and all that. Like, we had a character, I mean, we had, like, a cat named Olaf. Well, he was a kitten, but his name was Olaf and all that, and... Well, I assume he was probably he was already named when we got him, but he was like a kitten, and I'm assuming somebody probably named him after that character and all that. And that's the thing, though. And people are gonna have names like that. You can't just go threatening somebody because of that. That's just that's bullshit. That is uncalled for. And like I said, I would just be like, fuck off. Like I said, I would not care about what they say. I'm just like I can just walk away. I mean, if you guys are gonna threaten, my friends or family, I'm like, I don't even want to bother and all that. And that's just ridiculous. Like I said, it's ridiculous that they do this stuff. That's the problem. They have too much power over things. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. This is only a problem down the road, and this is going to be a problem down the road and all that, because what's happening, like I've said, people are walking away from the company and all that, and spending their money on other things that make them actually happy and all that. And I mean, Disney World in general has been in trouble for a while. I mean, they still have a lot of customers, but again, they keep jacking the prices up. They keep they jack the prices up, and then they also and then they also are like I said, the parks are the rides are breaking down and all that, and then they keep taking away attractions. People are just walking away from it. People are probably I think Universal is gonna end up taking Disney's money and all that. I don't know why they keep doing this. I really don't know why they keep doing this. This is the thing, though. Like I talked about the whole course correcting thing. I'm like, I mean, you would think they would want to course correct because of, they're losing money. But the problem is they've already talked about doing this a few times in the past, and they every time they say they're going to do something, it looks like they're going to do something. Like, for example, the movies. They're fixing the movies up, and they've done this in the past too, and then they turn around and screw them up. So yeah, I don't know what to say here about that, but that's the thing though. That's just kind of how Disney is. Like I said, Disney, is supposed to be this family-friendly company until basically until you do something very simple to piss them off, and suddenly it's a problem. I mean, they don't even own Star Wars. Heck, Star Wars itself it's a bankrupt company. Like, I don't know why the hell they just don't fucking sell it off. Well, I mean, I know why, because they're stubborn hard asses and can't freaking sell crap off. They'd rather, lay off their family. I mean, they're their employees who are supposed to be, their family, but are in reality are just more workers, and they just lay them off and all that. Because they keep laying off people too. They've been doing that. And they could just sell this shit off. Clearly, they don't know what they're doing with Star Wars, and I mean, threatening people it's not helping. Threatening people is just gonna piss them off more. And I mean, there are crazy people out there that despite getting threatened or something stupid, happens to them, and all that, they'll fight back because they're crazy. I mean, like the people from that Club 33 thing I talked about, where that woman was even talking about selling her kidney, which I don't even know if she was, again, I think she was probably serious about that, but some people just exaggerate too. They don't mean that, but the woman, the way she was talking about, she was serious. Like, even some people will donate plasma and all that just to get inside. I'm like, just don't even bother, I'm like, just don't bother, like, some people just treat this company. I mean, there's people who still like the company, and that's fine. Maybe people like maybe it's their childhood and it brings back memories, which is fine. I don't like the company anymore. I think it can just, I wouldn't even miss it if it disappeared, honestly, anymore. I mean, I would, if I said that a few years, well, I wouldn't have said that a few years ago, or not a few, more about 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said that, but now I definitely would say that. I would say I wouldn't miss them at all, but I know there's people out there that still like them, and hold, value from what they used to be and still want to enjoy that part of the company, and all that. But then there's people who know they're a piece of shit company and do shitty things to them and still worship them, and they literally will worship them, and that's just crazy and all that. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this family. I don't know if they're gonna go back, but if I were them, I wouldn't be going back. But I don't know. Like I said, not everybody is not everybody who goes to Disney World or watches Disney movies are crazy, but there are crazy people out there that'll support that kind of stuff. And that even goes for other companies that have gone to hell too, like Warner Brothers or Paramount or something, Well, Paramount itself has gotten bad, but I felt like it was more the Nickelodeon side I heard a lot of problems with, but like I said, there's just crap like there are crazy people out there. That's just kind of how the world is. But like I said, you shouldn't threaten your employees or your customers either, because that's just gonna turn them away and all that. And you can replace them with AI and all that, and you can upcharge crap, for people who you're losing customers to, but that's only going to create more problems, because even the people who are spending all this money on this shit are even getting turned away by your actions you're causing. So it's basically they're just slapping themselves in the face is what they're doing. And I don't know, I just think the whole thing is just, again, like I said, it's just freaking stupid. It really is. And it's just kind of how Disney is. I mean, they've been like this forever. Like I said, in the 90s, they had that school incident with the pictures on the wall and all that. They had to remove and all that because of them bitching about that. But yeah, it's only gotten way worse over the years. But I don't know. I don't know what to say here about this. I'm just this is why I don't support this company anymore. I mean, even Warner Brothers, Despite them, being a bad company too, I don't think they would do this kind of stuff, because I think they also they own their theme park too. I think they have 6. No, it's not Six Flags. I think it's is it Six Flags they own? I don't know. I think they own a theme park too, but they don't even go and threaten people like this. Not even Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon's gotten bad too, and they don't even threaten people like this. I mean, they've closed the Krusty Krab restaurants down and all that, which, I mean, I can understand that, because that's kind of stealing, even though they're even to this day, they have not ever opened up a Krusty Krab restaurant, but they wouldn't, go threaten a school or threaten, a person because they're named after someone, so, yeah, but I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably, let things go from here, so, anywho, see you all later. Have a nice, wonderful day. See you guys next time.